What's up, baby dolls? You know, when you've been in markets as long as I have, you start to see future stories. They don't always come true, and they're not that important, but the feelings are important because you know every time candles go up, you get that dopamine neurotransmitter rush release, and then whenever the coin prices go down, you really feel the cut. Everything just gets pulled off, and you don't know how to react each time, so you have to accept it. The thing is, no matter how long you've been in markets, it always affects you. So if you don't want to pay attention to markets, you can walk away. That's cool. The problem, though, is in crypto, there are a lot of opportunity that is available to you if you know what to look for. This is the pDAI chart I made quite a while ago, my friends. I'm now going to share with you something. So sometimes I think of events in the future to protect myself. So I know, hey, didn't we talk about this before? Because you really got to be ready. I am prepared for Richard Heart to release a Decoy stablecoin in the future at some point to shake out weak hands from their precious pulse chain pDAI positions. Now, when I first said this, a lot of people said, Sommi, you know something. How do you know this? No, bro, I don't know anything. What I do is, friends, I'm here 18 hours a day, okay? I look, I can see the crowd, and I go, oh, I know what our biggest fear is, and I pluck it out. Now, this is the thing, friends. They call it a Zen state, right? It's also interesting. If you look at people who are remote view, they have some people who are like very gifted at it. They don't imagine anything, okay? What they're just really good at is sitting still and letting their brain, whatever's in there that's going on, because they don't know exactly how it works, they're just letting their brain be an antenna and just pick up signals, and they don't know what the hell they're picking up. That's why when people do remote viewing, they're like, water, wave, Mediterranean, you know what I mean? Like 2 islands. Like they don't know what they're doing. They're just picking up signals, okay? You also notice that when you see very famous, say, football players, tennis players, all the great sports people, the top, they can enter that what we call that Zen state, flow state. They can enter it pretty good. So what is it actually, friends? Pretty much, right? We got like a lot of senses. We pick up a lot of stuff all the time, right? But people who can, I guess, remove all of them and just focus, you have higher odds of, like, I guess, achieving great things. So, because I'm here in this squeaky chair 18 hours a day, I can do that, okay? It looks like I'm a nutcase, which I am, but I'm not frazzling my brain with a lot of things that basically throw me off guard all the time. Other people are, okay? That's why it's difficult to see, like, yeah, I can do this in crypto, but you go put me in the dentist industry, I've got no idea what I'm doing. You go put me in the art industry, no idea what I'm doing. You know, you go put me on the volleyball field, right? I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'll be checking out the girls. I'm like, huh? There's a ball on the field. You see? But in markets, I'm here 18 hours a day. This is, I guess, a gift. Is it a gift? Just I'm here 18 hours a day. So maybe at some point in the future, pDAI is 10 to 20 cents. Why do I say that number? I don't know. I just threw it out there. It's like, it looks like it's going to $1, but it just ain't there yet. Right? That's why I just threw that number out. So one might consider positioning themselves for this because I know, well, I use the word decoy. Such a cool name, right? I made that up. Just a Decoy stablecoin. So I expect, doesn't have to happen, but like I expect one day, remember friends, we're going to war, okay? You're going to war, you got to expect one day bombs start flying, you got to grab your lollipop rifle, yeah, you have to like hit back the missiles. What's war here? Well, I expect one day to wake up and see schizo stuff, such as the pDAI logo is deleted from the PulseX website. The logo, gone. Boop. All right. Will that scare you? Ask yourself, will that scare you? Okay. What about if Richard Heart actually talks about a new stablecoin? You know, and some people said, no, he'd never talk about a scam. I'll go, well, he doesn't have to talk about a new coin like that. He could hint at it. He could like just put a white paper. You know, Charles Cuckinson, do you remember, friends? He uploaded the white paper for an algo stablecoin. And all he said was, I've been doing some extra reading this weekend. And it was a algo stablecoin white paper. I think it was for Djed. You know, and then people lost their minds at him. He goes, what are you talking about? I just said I'm just doing some reading. I didn't say I'm releasing it. Interesting. So what if Richard does that? Imagine he just said, I've been doing some reading over the weekend, and it's just like a white paper, and it's just like 2 pages of like a stable coin, just like a stable coin white paper. Right? And then everyone will be like, oh, it's not pDAI, it's something else, it's something else. And what will they do? Sell, sell, sell. It was a decoy all along. What if there's actually a decoy contract address that gets hinted at or shown? That's something to think about. So it could be any sort of shakeout. Here's the thing, right? We already survived through Richard Hart doing 33 tweets against pDAI, calling it stupid, literally 33 times, saying you're an idiot if you haven't, saying you suck middleman D, it's a scam, it's trash. He called it cancer. He actually said stop buying. Friends, he's never said stop buying anything. You know that? Nothing. He's never said stop buying anything. He said, like, you know, avoid Luna, avoid scams, avoid this, avoid that. He's never actually said stop buying. It's almost like he really, really, really wanted a certain person out of this. What type of person does he want out of it? Maybe somebody who needs to be told to be in something. So the cool thing is, friends, when I'm talking about these, at the time, like I even made the post, right? Well, 35x away to 10 cents. So I thought, what a gift, man. Imagine that plays out. It's 35x away from a critical point. That's why I've said, look, and you can do whatever you want, friends. I'm openly saying, feel free to sell between now and anywhere, at any point, just in case this happens. You can take profit at any point. Maybe you want ammo on the side, just in case you wake up one day and that big schizo thing starts happening. Okay. Now, some people have said, Sommi, are you doing it right now? Firstly, how do you even know I'm in a coin? You can't be in just because I'm in. But to be honest, I personally don't think it's anywhere near now. Like, pDAI has only have 5% approval from Pulse Chain. 5%. So 95% like hate it. So we're probably all at risk when every single person who said they hate it is now in. Yeah, that's probably when we're at risk of this. What price is that going to be? I don't know. That's why I just guessed. I don't know. 10 cents looks like a round nice number. Don't stop believing. Isn't that nice though? Isn't it cool like that? I'm like, oh, worry about the target. 35x higher. What a gift, bro. What a gift, man. Like, look at Bitcoin, friends. Like, oh no, at 100K, you got to worry about the cycle being over at 120K. 20%, right? This is 3,400% difference. That's why you get, why is Bitcoin is a 20% I got to worry number, and then why is pDAI's 35x away? By the way, it was 100x away. So why 20% versus 100x? Because obviously there's more risks and unknowns with pDAI. Okay, the market discounts it higher. You get it? So I guess the most important thing I've learned just from being in markets is I really got to see this, right? We are monkeys, okay? We do have buttons, friends. All the UFO abduction stories are real. They literally, you know, in so many UFO abductions, there's like UFO lands in the field, humans about to approach them. They just point something at them, and then we just freeze. And they're like, I was frozen. I was paralyzed. I just pointed something at my head. I've seen it like in markets where it's like all logic out the door. People see a green candle, I got to get in. People see a red candle, I got to get out. Over and over and over again. And then you even got stuff like this. I am the dev. I am telling you, stop buying this stupid coin not worth talking about. So that's why I love having fun with this, because I saw it firsthand, friends. It's we really are just built for tribes. We have to follow each other. It's just built in our DNA. Because if you're always going against the tribe and the tribe leader, you can be kicked out, and then you don't get access to the food supply. There goes your whole ancestral generation, right? So everybody who complies faster, you have a higher survival rate, don't you? You know? Unfortunately, in markets, because it's a seesaw of capital allocation, that thing actually gets you killed. So that's why by default, we all suck at trading. That's why trading, you don't have a base level of 100, okay? But more like your financial IQ by default is like literally 65. Like literally everything you are built naturally to do is literally death in markets. So remember earlier, friends, I covered as well one KOL, Mr. Dirty Crypto, who made almost like a capitulation post saying, I'm sorry to Atropa Dev Maria First, he saw the token dumping as malicious. And then he had all these big revelations. He's like, oh my gosh, I don't think he's actually, you know, dumping and malicious. I think there's something else going on. Which is like, if you've been watching my channel, nothing is new. Literally, absolutely nothing is new. But, you know, when the prices were like down so much, I was like, oh man, glitter pants. Oh man, I don't like this. But, you know, that's just how the game goes, right? It's tough. I know it's tough, friends. That's why, like, you know, in markets, there's a price to pay when you like watch things so closely. The more you get in tune, yeah, your heart rate and your emotions really do follow the crowd. So you have to know yourself as well. You gotta go, oh my gosh, I'm getting so happy. So it's okay, friends. We do get the upswing happy, but you have to stop yourself from, say, going and getting credit card, doing 10x leverage long, and jumping money in, you know? So it's okay to feel the upswings and downswings. We're meant to, you know? And then when things feel really, really bad on the downswing, okay? See, the correct thing to do is let yourself feel bad. You're like, man, this sucks. I want to quit, but I'm not going to click sell. I'm just going to wait it out. That's the winning attitude, okay? If you can't deal with that, a lot of people just say, you know what? I'm walking away. I'm coming back in a month, you know? Which is, it's fair enough, you know? But then you miss some opportunity, you know? There's not always opportunity, but like if there was deep capitulations in something, okay, you do miss it, you know? But for some people, they don't mind that. You know, it's because their mental health matters more than anything. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you're just trying to get to the end of the journey, right? The calendar date. Whenever that magical calendar date is, we don't know. We're waiting for euphoria. So when are we actually going to be concerned? Decoy stablecoin? Could it be something else? Yeah, it could always be something else, friends. That's why you want to buy low, sell high instead of buy high, sell low. Okay. So friends, you got to remember, right? I don't know anybody's shit. I could be click and sell right now. I could have clicked sell yesterday. I could be 100% all out. I could have my whole portfolio in Amazon right now. That's right, a boomer stock. I could do that, okay? You can't make your decisions based off anybody else. One, because you have to survive yourself. And two, I could be wrong, bro. I could be wrong. Okay, so you know the game now, right? You really do. That's why, like, there might come a point where the gatekeeping of pDAI has just been removed. And it's going up, and then you're just going to have to decide, right? Uh-oh, these guys haven't been tested, you know? Now, what point is that going to be? That's what we don't know, okay? But like, look what I even made this post, friends, this was earlier, right? There was gatekeeping on pDAI. So there was this big portfolio that started bridging in 555 ETH, this $3.8 million wallet, right? And the screenshots that were being shared by people, I mean, it was so funny. They cut off the screenshots and they removed pDAI. They just stopped it at exactly ink. They did not want to show that this person at the time of the screenshot had a $74,000 position. That's why I thought a funny outcome would be if pDAI actually goes up against the ratios against everything else and this thing just gets bigger in there. What are they going to do? Just like not report on the wallet? They're just going to like black that out, which is just funny, man, because you watch the whole crypto industry literally fade Richard Hart, fade Pulse Chain, remove us from all the layer one data, fade everything, ghost the whole chain, and then you just go do the same thing. Which is, it's funny. Aren't markets great, friends? You know, this isn't like a political ploy where it's like, oh, give me access to a voice and an opinion. I want to tell the world my opinion. This is not that. It's literally, it's a game, okay? It's a game of capital allocation, and you can actually buy low and sell high. That's the best part about it, man. With all this other stuff in the world, you can't actually do anything. It's just, okay, someone else is trying to yell over me. Yeah, bro, no one cares, bro. You're not the politicians. You're not the Bank of International Settlements. You're not the Fed. You don't rule anything, okay? Your opinion is in here. It's going to get washed out tomorrow, okay? But with this game of markets, you can actually make a lot of money. You can actually win if you know what to do. So the gatekeeping, right? It's kind of hilarious just to see this. pDAI haters would rather show the community non-pulse chain coins like Ethereum rather than show pDAI. Which is like, I still laugh about this, friends. When I first reported, I was like, that's just, you gotta admit, that's really funny. Like, you would rather show people, okay, coins not on the chain just because you hate pDAI that much. God bless you, man. You know, I hope you're learning from this as well, friends. Do I look like I care? No, because I know markets, man. They're gonna pump and dump with or without you. So, after seeing this, I'm ready, okay? Decoy stablecoin, decoy unstable coin, I don't know, but I hope you've learned something. This is what we do. You know, back in December last year, I had a guess, right? that was quite shocking, right? I had a guess where pDAI hit 3.5 cents. And I thought pDAI was going to go to 10 cents. And then Richard Hart's going to say he doesn't like it. It didn't go to 10 cents though. It stopped at 3. It went down and then he said he didn't like it. You know, so is it his fault? Is it my fault? No, I believe it's just Ethereum. Ethereum stopped at 3,800 last year, December. I thought it was going to 7,000. I'm sure everybody else did. It just started capitulating earlier, you know, and then it started. Okay. So we just guess these numbers. Don't worry about the numbers. Okay. Because ultimately at the end of the day, you're going to have to hold if you believe. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.